Hello everyone. Today I am excited to start a new and very practical topic with you, which is mensuration. तो व्हाट इज mensuration? Mensuration जो होती है एक ब्रांच होती है मैथमेटिक्स की that studies the mensuration of the 2D and 3D figures on parameter like length, volume, shape, surface and etc. Now you will think about 2D and 3D figures. 2D figures and 3D figures you have seen in your nearby, such as in 2D figures you will see in shape like rectangles and square. Rectangle shape you have seen that like books, and square or circle you see a bangle of your mother. 3D figures में हम आपने देखा होगा स्फेयर, कॉन, सिलेंडर, जैसे कि आप बॉल, उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे, एक स्फेयर. तो उनको ही उनकी ही मेजरमेंट को, उनकी लेंथ, पैरामीटर, वॉल्यूम, शेप को मेजर करने के लिए हम क्या बोलते हैं, मेंसुरेशन बोलते हैं. अब 2D और 3D शेप्स में क्या डिफरेंस होता है? there is a difference between 2D and 3D shapes. तो 2D shapes जो are the object which are flat, that has length and width but no depth. And on the other hand, 3D shapes have length, width and depth. और 2D shapes are such shapes which have a total of 2 dimensions and exist करती हैं सिर्फ x और y axis पे. Shape only occupy areas, and 2D shapes have every edge is very clearly visible in the case of 2D shapes. As you see your book, which is in rectangle shape. The example of 2D shapes are rectangle, square and triangles. On the other hand, 3D shapes have 3 dimensions, x and y, x, y and z axis. And 3D shapes occupy करती हैं both area and volume because they have depth and height. Some of the edges stay hidden and are not visible in the case of 3D shapes. As you can see in cube and cuboid, you can't see all the edges of that. Examples of 3D shapes are cube, cuboid, sphere, cone, cylinder. Now we think about why the mensuration is important and why there are so many terms which are very important in it, such as area. Why we measure area? What is area? Area is the amount of shape occupied by a 2-dimension figure. The area occupied by a shape is the amount of space occupied by a shape is known as area. Such as you have a book which have length and breadth. How much space book occupied is known as its area. Parameter क्या होता है? Parameter is the total distance around the shape or the length of the boundary of any closed shape. Such as you go for a walk in a park, then how much distance you cover is known as its parameter. Then volume. Volume is the amount of space occupied by a 3D shape. It is expressed in cubic meter. When we calculate area for 2D shapes and volume for 3D shape, area and volume are same, but the space occupied by 2-dimensional figures is area, and the amount of space occupied by 3D shapes are in volume. Surface area. Then surface area. It is the total area occupied by the surface of a 3D object. They are classified into 2: curved surface and total surface areas. Now we move on to shapes. So firstly, we know about a polygon. A polygon is a 2-dimensional geometric figure that has a number of sides. It has n number of sides. The sides of polygon are made of straight lines and segments. Straight line segments connected to each other end to end. Such as you have a triangle shape. How many lines are connected? 1, 2, 3 and 4 and make a rectangle shape. Polygon with a minimum 3 sides is known as triangle, which have 3 sides, and also known as trigon, because poly is for n side, and an n side polygon is called n-gon. Then if we have triangle, 3 sides, 3-gon, 4 side, 4-gon. Now we will know about different formulas for different 3D shapes. First is circle. The shape of circle is like this. We have a radius r. Then area of circle we calculate is pi r square. How much space it occupies around a particular radius is known as this area, which is pi r square, where r is the radius of the circle and pi is a constant whose value is taken as 22/7. And now we calculate circumference. Circumference is outer distance, how much it is, which is also known as perimeter, which equals to 2 pi r. Total distance it covered is known as its circumference. Now triangle. Triangle area we will calculate by 1/2 into base and its height, and the perimeter sum of all its sides, a, b, or we can say it c. The total distance start from here to here, and here is known as its perimeter, which is calculated by sum of 3 sides. Now we will know about square. Square have all sides equal, which then area is side square. Let's square side is a, then area of the square is a square, and the perimeter of square a and a, which how much 1 2 3 and 4. That's why it is 4 into a in this side, because all sides are equal. Now rectangle. Rectangle has length and breadth. Opposite sides are equal. Then area of the rectangle is length into breadth or width. Then the parameter is L plus B plus L plus B. Then it's become 2L and 2B width. So the parameter of the rectangle is 2L plus B. Now parallelogram. Do you know the shapes of parallelogram? Yes, the parallelogram has opposite sides are parallel and two opposite sides are parallel. Then the area of the parallelogram is 1/2 base, and this is height. This is base. Then area of parallelogram is 1/2 base into height. And if we calculate the parameter of the parallelogram, then base A, this is B, this is A, and this is B. So the parameter of the parallelogram is 2 into A plus B. There are other 2D shapes of quadrilateral also. Parallelogram is a quadrilateral. Now we'll learn in detail about the parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with two pair of parallel sides. The opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal in length and the opposite angles are equal in measure. Opposite sides are equal in length and opposite angles are equal in measure. Then trapezium. Trapezium is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel opposite sides. Then if we have to calculate the area of trapezium, then how we can calculate? area of trapezium is 1/2 into sum of parallel side. These are the parallel side of trapezium into distance between two parallel side. The distance is h. The area of trapezium is half into b1 plus b1 into distance between parallel side. Parallel side distance we have h. Then parameter of the trapezium, let's say it is a. Then sum of all sides, that is C to D, D to B, B to A and A to C. The length, the total of all these are known as parameter of the trapezium, which is sum of all parallel sides. Now we move to rhombus. Rhombus can be defined as a special parallelogram as it fulfills the requirement of a parallelogram. That is a quadrilateral with two pair of parallel sides. These parallelograms have parallel side. Opposite sides are parallel and equal. This side is equal to this and this side is equal to this. This is parallelogram. While in rhombus, it is like a square which have opposite side, all sides as equal. Then the area of the rhombus is A equals to D1 and D2. What is D1 and D2? D1 and D2 is diagonal. Let's see. This is our rhombus. Then this is D1 and this is D2. This is D1 and this is D2. Diagonal of rhombus. The area of the rhombus is 1/2 D1 into D2, where D1 and D2 are its diagonal. And what is the parameter? As we know, rhombus has all sides equal. Then parameter is P equals to 4 into A. Now we will do exercise in next video. Thank you, and we will learn about 3D shapes in next video also. Okay, thank you.